In case you missed it, police are now questioning Snoop Dogg and Diddy in connection to Tupac's death. Reports say Diddy is being investigated for his possible role in Tupac's murder after being mentioned 77 times in a new legal document. As new updates keep coming out in the case, big names like Snoop Dogg, Suge Knight, and Diddy could soon be arrested or questioned. A journalist also claimed that Tupac was secretly working with the feds, which might explain why all of this is happening now.
Well, it turns out when I talked to Tupac's longtime mentor, political mentor, former Black Panther Chokwe Lumumba, who was his first business manager, he's told me, I basically asked, well, was Tupac only pretending to be in order to appeal to gangs and politicize them? And he said yes. And that was part of his thug life agenda that he came up with his imprisoned stepfather, Mutulu Shakur. And so Tupac was just using that in order to get the leaders to call peace truces, first in Los Angeles, then throughout California, and then throughout the country. And that was why he was pretending to be this type. And really, he was just an intellectual prodigy.
Rumors are spreading in the industry that Tupac was working with the feds, and because of that, he was allegedly targeted for a $1 million bounty that Diddy supposedly put on him.
On all four of those occasions, there's San Diego, Anaheim, Irvine, and Vegas. Which ones do you actually talk to Puffy at?
Every one.
Every one of them. Which of those four is it when you talk to him about murdering Tupac?
It was really about both of them, either one. It was
Tupac and Suge, you mean?
Yeah.
According to a new legal filing, former LAPD officer claims Diddy paid $1 million to have Tupac killed, and that Suge Knight later got back at him by having Biggie killed. This story made headlines fast, and even 50 Cent reacted, saying he doesn't like Diddy because he believes Diddy was behind Tupac's death.
I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. Last time they left me, I said something about Puffy. So that yeah! I gotta stop doing that. I've been talking to a therapist trying to help me with the I'm saying. I said crazy no reason. Oh wait, maybe I said it about Puffy because he got Tupac killed.
As the internet goes wild, one interview of Diddy being confronted about Tupac's death has gone viral.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
But the way Snoop Dogg is connected to the case is wild. A podcast even caught the attention of the feds, making them look into his possible involvement.
You were with Tupac, though, in regards to Tupac. I heard a story, did you give him different advice that night on where to go?
I didn't give him no advice.
Right.
We wasn't seeing eye to eye.
Right.
So.
Saying during the Tyson.
Yeah, this incident that I'm explaining to you right now was the day before that.
Okay.
So when they got to Vegas, they went their way, I went back. I mean, when we got to LA, they went to Vegas and I went home. That's why I wasn't in the car with them.
Snoop said he was originally supposed to be in the BMW with Tupac, but last-minute changes kept him from going. He explained why in this interview.
The last time me and Tupac was on the same page, and I did an interview with Angie Martinez, and she asked me, how did I feel about Puffy and Biggie? And I told her that I like their music and I want to do music with them. Bro didn't like that, Tupac didn't like that, so we had a misunderstanding. So on the flight back to LA, I didn't feel comfortable around them for what they had did, as far as I didn't let my security ride with me. So to protect myself and to, prevent from happening, I slept under a blanket with the knife and a fork just in case something was to go wrong, but it didn't.
Since everything happened just days before Tupac's murder, police got suspicious. Back then, Snoop was well connected in the streets, and some believe he may have been warned that Tupac was going to be targeted. Maybe that's why he didn't get in the car. What's more worrying is that Snoop admitted Tupac hated him just days before the shooting.
It's concerning.
I say a week before we was best of friends. 2 days before don't think he liked me.
Why?
Because we was in New York, and it happened. New York, they shot at me and did all kind of shit to me, like just the worst you could think of. And I forgave him. And went and did an interview and was asked, how do I feel about Puffy and Biggie? And I was like, I like him. I want to do some music with him. And that just rubbed Cuz the wrong way, like tried to me, how that you? And you talking about you want to do a song with him? I wasn't thinking about his emotions. I was thinking about the way I felt at the time. I wasn't into no controversy. I liked his music. They was our friends. We was all friends at one point. There's video footage of all of us hanging out.
But the evidence in Diddy's trial shocked the courtroom. Keefe D described how Tupac was taken out on September 7th, 1996 in Las Vegas and said Diddy was behind it.
Suge Knight and their entourage went to the Mike Tyson the MGM Grand. Keefe D and his nephew, Orlando Lane Anderson, and two of their friends were also there. Keefe D told LAPD Detective Greg Kading more than a decade ago in a proffer that couldn't be used against him. The shooting was retaliation after Tupac jumped Orlando and beat him up at the casino. Surveillance cameras recorded the fight. Tupac was angry that Lane had stolen his necklace years prior in Compton. Tupac, Suge Knight, and the entourage left the casino quickly.
Security broke up the fight, and Tupac went back to his hotel to change. Around 11 p.m., he and Suga got into a BMW, heading to Suga's club, where the shooting happened right in the middle of the street.
Knew about Tupac's concert at the Club 662. Members, including Orlando and Keefe D, jumped in their white Cadillac and started cruising the strip looking for the offender. Before long, they finally spotted Tupac's caravan. At the intersection of East Flamingo Boulevard and Koval Lane, the white Cadillac pulled alongside the black BMW with Suge on the driver and Tupac on the passenger seats. The back window of the Cadillac rolled twice in the chest, once in the arm, once in the thigh.
After decades with no answers, police finally took a closer look at a Keefe D interview with DJ Vlad, where he described what happened that night from inside the car involved in Tupac's shooting.
And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together.
Okay. This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
Got to the light. He was gonna go drink, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He's hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac.
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next? You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat.
Keefe D even claimed that Tupac was only shot because he was allegedly reaching for a gun while they were stopped at a red light.
You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a gun.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually?
No, once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what I
started at Tupac and Suge.
Tupac was probably reaching for something because he sensed trouble. The man in the other car was the same guy he had just fought with a few hours earlier. To confirm Keefe D's involvement, police interrogation from the night of the shooting was later leaked.
Lane starts. You say Suge looks over, he sees you. He looks right at you?
Yeah, he looked at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then, Tupac's busy getting evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out of the
back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside of their car?
I seen him going Suge head. I thought he was.
So Orlando started cross Dre?
He leaned over on the window, we rolled down the window.
More than a decade later, Keefe D spoke out and said he regrets what happened. He admitted, yeah, I just hate that it happened.
Yeah, I hate that happened, dog. I really do, man. Cause it took a lot of people's lives, dude. Hate that happened. Promise to God. I feel that was wrong, man. It was just purely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish it had never happened. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on it. It never happened, dude.
But this thread also breaks down all the supposed evidence that Tupac might still be alive. In a 2010 interview with a rapper named Truho, was close friends with Tupac, something wild happened. After the interview ended, the cameraman forgot to stop recording. In the extra footage, you can hear the interviewer casually ask Trey about Tupac, and Trey says something shocking.
So if you ain't ready for it, get on the sidewalk.
One last question.
Nobody knows. Y'all good?
Yeah, we good. Thanks a lot, man.
We good. Last time I saw him, he was on track.
Just 3 weeks later, a video popped up that supposedly showed Tupac chilling in a parking lot in Cuba.
Look, zoom in. That's Pac, man. He with the outlaw. And Reg from Holla Back is trying to be friendly and get autographs. Holla Back exclusive, baby. Holla Back.
This is what sparked the whole Tupac is alive in Cuba theory. And in 2025, it doesn't seem so crazy anymore, especially since Suge Knight himself has said multiple times over the years that he thinks Tupac is still alive. He even said, "When I left that hospital, me and Tupac were laughing and joking, so I don't get how he suddenly went from doing fine to passing away."
I mean, when I left that hospital, me and Pac was laughing and joking. So I don't see how somebody can turn from doing well to doing bad.
So you seriously think that he might still be alive?
I'm gonna tell you this, Pac, you never know.
But here's what's weird. Tupac was supposed to be in a coma, so how could he and Suge have been laughing if he was unconscious? It just doesn't add up. And what's even stranger is that Suge said the exact same thing again in a 2008 interview.
So he was conscious on the way to the hospital?
He was conscious on the way to the hospital. He was conscious in the ambulance. He was conscious after they did the surgery.
What was the last thing that he said to you?
They left.
Just a few weeks after Suge Knight shared that info about Tupac, he was nearly killed at a club when someone fired 6 shots at him. Suge didn't tell the police much, probably because he knew it had to do with him speaking about Tupac. But Suge Knight Jr. made a similar mistake in 2018. He claimed Tupac was still alive and living in Malaysia. He even posted a screenshot of a text where someone told him, "You said too much. Time for you to go." Feeling scared, Suge Jr. posted pictures of Tupac with today's celebrities like 50 Cent and Beyonce. One post with Beyonce was captioned, "He never left us. They'll be after me soon." People were divided. Some thought he was just making it up, but others believed he might actually know something, especially since his dad was right there when Tupac was